Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is Jen with Jennifer's Journal and I am back with another monthly setup in my bullet journal. Obviously I am setting up for the month of March and the stickers I am using for this month is actually deco stickers and a 2-page journaling kit from Panda Bird Designs and also from Sadie Stickers. So the Panda Bird Design stickers, it's the deco scenes and the florals and the journaling, the 2-page journaling kit from her kit Sunday. I fell in love with that kit when I saw it. And of course, I purchased everything for that kit because if you've been watching me for a while, you know when it comes to me and stickers, I go all out because I plan with stickers. I buy stickers as if I'm planning to go into a nuclear fallout shelter for the rest of my life. And so I'm like, I need everything. And of course I downsized. I went through all of my 7x9s. I no longer do 7x9 planning. So I went through and was able to gift my mom an entire year's worth of 7x9 weekly kits, but I was still able to keep a lot of the stickers, obviously, because I live my life in excess, or I lived my life in excess. But I also had a 2-page journaling kit from Sadie Stickers. This was another Sadie Stickers advent calendar journaling kit. I don't remember the name of it, but the florals and the deco pieces matched so perfectly for the theme that I was going for. I said this whenever I was filming my monthly calendar setup in my functional planner. I decided to go with a more springtimey feel for March. I know a lot of people choose to do green because, you know, St. Patrick's Day. And I've definitely done that. Last year, my bullet journal setup was very green for the month of March. And in years past, I've set up my March monthlies for St. Patrick's Day. And I was just like, you know what? This year, I want to embrace springtime. Springtime is absolutely my favorite season in my planner, especially because I love all of the bright, vibrant, well, I say bright and vibrant, but there's a lot of pastels and a lot of like wispy elements. And so I wanted to bring that in to my spread for the month of March. I do pull in the green. I go in with my second line highlights using my mild liners. So I do pull in the green, kind of accenting the greenery from the florals. So there are those green elements to it, but it's not like, well, bam, here's some shamrocks and rainbows and lucky this and little leprechauns and everything. I wanted to be a little bit more subtle with the green in it. I also chose to pair this these stickers with silver foil. Again, something that I've done, I love alternating foils. So my January spread, my January setup was rose gold. My February spread was gold. So I was like, okay, obviously my March has to be silver. And so I felt like this kit paired really well with the silver notes and I just had a lot of fun with it. So as always, I am setting up my calendar page. If you're not new to my channel, you know the basic layout that I go through in my bullet journal. It is functional for me. I've tried to do the whole let's be super decorative and all the interactive things, but it gets intimidating and I'm like, I just can't use my journal when it's like that. I get overwhelmed. So I stick to what I know, and what I know is the basic layouts that you will see in this setup, but though it changes is going to be the theme. So I'm going to throw some music on while I finish setting up my journaling, of course it's my journal, but my calendar spread for my March bullet journal. So for this month, I decided to go ahead and show how I do my this month section. I talked about it last month in my February setup. Um, I love creating a Dutch door with a pocket to put my little monthly card into. This is basically the section where I write down important dates that are happening this month. It's also a fun way for me to kind of keep some of these things private as well. I do show my journals and my planners online, so there are certain things that I definitely do like to keep a little bit private. So creating a little pocket for this section has been just an absolute go-to for me. I said this in last month's setup and I think when I did my January flip through, but I absolutely got this inspiration and this how-to from Tay of Shawnteplans. She had a very in-depth video teaching us how to create these little fun pockets, and I have used this method for over a year now. It is a favorite of mine. So I kind of just breezed through showing you guys how to do this pocket, but it's a very simple, in terms of like interactive pockets for bullet journals, this is definitely one of the more simple ones for sure. But it's tried and true. I use it every month, and it's a really fun way to have an interactive element in my journal while also using it functionally. I do go in and create a Dutch door. I give all of the Dutch door credit to Amy from amyplansthings. The little tool that I am using is called a gyro cut, and it's basically an X-Acto knife, but it turns. And so it really helps you to get all of those little curved edges. So that way it, adds a little bit more dimension rather than trying to fussy cut with a X-Acto knife. So yeah, I'm just going in now and creating the little insert for my pocket. It's a very simple step-by-step process. I wanted to show just a little bit of it this month. If you want a little bit more of an in-depth tutorial, I could absolutely do that. Or I could just refer you to Tay of Shawnteplans because she is the queen. She taught me how to do it, and she's the reason that I do it every single month. So yeah, I just figured it would be a little bit fun and a little bit different to show you guys my process of creating my little this month pocket. I wish it went this fast. I have it sped up so quickly. It flies by so fast. It does not go that quickly when I'm setting it up. But yeah, I figured it would be a little bit of a change up just to show you guys my little process of doing my this month monthly pocket. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up this spread here. So I'm gonna throw on some more music and do some decorating of this section of my bullet journal spread. So moving on to the next spread in my bullet journal, it is going to be the playlist spread. And I've talked about this quite a bit. I love having a playlist spread in my bullet journal because I go through so many different phases. Like my music selection is so eclectic. Sometimes I'll be on a huge kick of like a certain group or a certain artist for a little while, and then the next month it could be something completely different. So I love having a playlist tracker in my bullet journal so I can look back and go, what was I listening to? Maybe I want to revisit that. So I love having this playlist set up. I did something a little bit different. I kind of layered a bunch of washi together. So I have my Dutch door with my this month section on the other side. And then of course I like to mirror it with the washi that I use on the other side. But then I kind of triple dipped when it came to washis because I pulled in that I think it's the 3mm Simply Gilded blue washi with the silver bows. And then I added in that pink gingham washi that I love so much. But then I was like, oh, this is my playlist section. I need to pull in my music note washi to signify this is my playlist section. I already have 3 washis, but you know what? Whatever, it is what it is. By the end of it, I was like, maybe that's a little bit busy, but I don't know. It'll do for this month. I don't think I'll be stacking 4 washis every single month, but it gave a little bit of a different interest and a different, vibe for this month for sure. Since this spread is so simple, I just have 2 columns, 2 sections, one for the songs that I've been listening to and also the artists. And then I add some deco and some music notes, obviously. I stated this before, a staple in my bullet journal for the playlist section is the foiled music notes and like the little music sheets from Paper Trail Plans. I am running severely low, so I think I'm gonna have to break my no spend and purchase some I need to restock my music notes from Paper Trail Plans. I'm actually running low on my letters as well, which I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm trying so desperately not to spend any money on stickers this year, but there are just certain things that are an absolutely non-negotiable. I have to have, and the typewriter letters in all the sizes from Paper Trail Plans is a non-negotiable. I have to have them in my bullet journal. It is a consistency. I love going back and looking at my spreads and seeing the consistent use of the typewriter letters from Paper Trail Plans. I have them in all the sizes. I have the large, the capital large, the medium, the small, the teeny tiny. It's absolutely a non-negotiable. I've said this for so many years. I have horrible handwriting. I have never liked my handwriting. Part of the reason I discovered a love for bullet journaling was finding out, oh, I can just use stickers. I don't have to be this beautiful artist. I don't have to have perfect handwriting. So there are just certain non-negotiables I have to have in my monthly setups in my bullet journal, and the letters from Paper Trail Plans are absolutely a non-negotiable. So I believe the first thing that I will be breaking my no spend on, or hopefully the only thing that I will be breaking my no spend on for 2026 when it comes to stickers, is my restock on my music notes and my letters from Paper Trail Plans, which, given the circumstances and given how much I have resisted, I think I can give myself a little grace and do some restocking on some letters, because first of all, if you know Susie and Jess, they're absolutely amazing and their designs are phenomenal, and they really did the darn thing when it came to creating some of these foiled stickers that have become such staples in all of our planners, be it a 7x9 planner or a bullet journal. They really listen to the wants and the needs of the planner community. Whether you're a journaler or a functional planner or you're a minimal planner, Susie and Jess is your one-stop shop. So I don't mind breaking a no spend for them. Okay, so moving on to the next spread. It's one of my favorites to set up. It's my movies and TV spread. I love this tracker here. Again, it's absolutely, I give all of the credit always and forever to Tay of Shawnteplans, because when I was tracking music and TV shows that I was watching, I was kind of just doing running list forms, and it looked a little chaotic and a little busy. There's obviously some rewatch things that I do in my house all the time. There's like just certain comfort shows that I throw on all of the time. And so I was doing a lot of like repetition in terms of like what I was writing down in my list. So when Tay broke it down and she created this spread to track movies and TV, I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. So I have been using it religiously and it's amazing. So basically essentially what I do is I set up this little grid section here, and you have categories. I have it broken down to like action, horror, suspense, thriller, comedy, drama, romance, kids, documentary, sci-fi, adventure, all of the things, because we watch movies in my household. We love movies. So writing it down and having a good category of like the different genres that we watch is absolutely amazing. And then I have a list section where I will write down the different movies that we watch. And then I have a smaller box section, which is broken up into 3 different spacing. And that's for my favorite show of the month, my favorite movie, and if I watch one, my favorite documentary, because I get on a documentary kick. I love a good documentary. Nature documentaries are some of my favorites. I have to be careful with nature documentaries though, because they get sad, y'all, and I get sad, so I have to be careful with nature documentaries. But yeah, I absolutely love this spread. It's one of my favorites to set up every single month. That film strip washi tape that I use at the bottom and also in the corner, the black and white one, is from the washi tape shop. I don't know if it's still available. I really hope it is, because I use it quite frequently. Obviously, I set this spread up every single month, so hopefully it is still available. But I also pulled in the film strip from the journaling kit from Panda Design, and I love that kits have film strips. I hope that never goes away. Like I said, your girl's on a no spend, so I don't know what the new formats look like, but I really hope the film strips never go away, because they're kind of essential for me. So moving on to the next spread in this setup, this is my currently page, and I kind of broke it down last month as to what I use this spread for, especially since I have the movies and TV section on the other side. So I got a little bit more detailed. I changed it up a little bit, because normally I put like what I'm currently watching, which is like on YouTube, what I'm reading, and what I'm playing. So I switched it up a little bit this month, and I have my Audible which I listen to podcasts on there as well. On Amazon, I listen to podcasts, and then I'm keeping watching, which I've switched from watching to just YouTube, because I channel surf a lot on YouTube, and I discover new channels that I enjoy. Like, obviously there's my planner staples, but there are some new channels that gets recommended for me that I end up falling in love with. So I love writing that down on what I'm currently watching on YouTube. And then I'm keeping the playing section going because we are actually playing Resident Evil in my household. Yes, I know. I am a horror junkie. I love horror movies. Horror genre is my thing. I'm a special effects makeup artist. If you know, you know. So I love keeping that going because I also like to track like little, what phone game was my little obsession of the month, because that, believe it or not, that changes as well. I have these little hyperfixations, I guess you would call it, when it comes to like phone games, that I'll be like, oh, I was really into Candy Crush this month, or I was really into this game Block Blast, and sometimes I like to revisit it because I do have a games folder on my phone, and it's just something to keep my hands busy. So I like tracking, hey, what was I into that month? So I have switched up my currently section just a little bit, but it is not going to change. I've just changed the topics that I'm tracking. So I have my Audible, my YouTube, and what I'm currently playing. Again, it's very simple. It's a very simple one-page spread sectioned off into 3 different boxes, and then I use a bunch of deco. So pretty simple. I do like to go in just to bring in that color for the spread with my mild liners to go in with those second line highlighters. So yeah, I'm going to throw on some music again and finish decorating this spread until we move on to the next one. So moving on to my next Dutch door spread in my bullet journal setup. I have 2 Dutch door spreads, or actually technically 4, I guess. But There are two different spreads that I use a Dutch door for because they're like the smallest section. I don't need a full page for them. So the first one here, this is my social media tracker. Basically, this is a really, really simple section broken down. I have a running list of ideas of videos that I would like to try and film or try to accomplish in the month. A lot of the times, especially here recently with just trying to get back into posting videos consistently on YouTube, it's just my weekly plan with me's, my monthly bullet journal setup, and then a couple of other functional things as well. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I do have a couple of other planner type things that I do. I have a creative decorative journal that I just started in February and I'm starting to get the hang of, and I get really creative with that one. But it's still a newish concept to me, so I'm not 100% comfortable filming it yet because I'm still getting the hang of it. But I do have every good intention of trying to film some of those spreads because I'm really loving setting these up weekly. So that would be another fun idea for me to film. I'm not 100% confident with it yet because it's still so new, and I don't know if a voiceover would be the way to go or a talk through. So I'm still toying around with that idea, but I love to have a running list just so I can go back to it and go, okay, what idea did I have in the month of February? What ideas did I have in the month of March? What can I carry over into the next month? So I like to have a running list to track ideas for videos that I'd like to film. And then I also like to just track my stats of my numbers from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, whether that be on Instagram or YouTube. The growth doesn't really matter to me. I just like to know and to track it myself. But yeah, it's a very simple spread. So I'm just gonna finish it up here and then we'll move on to the next one. So turning the page over, this is my order tracker. And yes, I have to preface with every month that I do this. I know I'm on a no spend for stickers, but I do own my own, run my own makeup business. I do bridal makeup. I do film and television makeup. So there are products and things that I have to order throughout the month in order to keep that business going. And I do like to keep track of where those things go so things don't get lost in the email and everything. But again, it is a very simple spread. I like it's a simple box that I have separated with what shop I ordered from, the date that I ordered it, and then the date that it comes in. So it's a very simple spread, which is why I put it on the back of a Dutch door because I don't need a lot of space for it. I do like to just kind of decorate the page all up very nicely. I added a little newspaper deco, which I thought was kind of cute. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. I can use that as like a little order tracker. But basically that's what I use this specifically for this year in particular. In years past, when I've done this an order tracker before, obviously I used it to track my sticker orders. And in the future, when my collection is not so massive and I actually can justify ordering stickers again, yes, I will definitely use my order tracker to track when I order my stickers and when they come in and everything. But for the time being, it is an order tracker just for other things that are necessary for ordering. We live in the modern age where we order stuff online all the time. We all look, TikTok Shop has gotten me, y'all. It absolutely has. I find random things that I was like, oh man, do I need that on Amazon all the time? Do I wish I wouldn't? Yes, absolutely. But it happens. So that is why I have an order tracker. Again, it's a very simple spread, but very necessary, especially in the world industry that I am in. I'm constantly ordering prosthetics, things to make, all kinds of makeup things. Again, in the special effects world, you have to make wounds and fake blood. It's quite something. So that is absolutely necessary. And moving on to the last spread in my bullet journal, as always, it's my fitness tracker, another necessity and essential spread that is one of my favorites. When I first got into sticker bullet journaling and I tried to come up with a fitness tracker, I thought, okay, we'll just create a calendar spread and do it that way. Just put a little icon on when you work out. But I was like, let me try a different layout. So I do use a calendar layout, but it's like a vertical calendar layout. So like instead of the days of the week going across the top, I like them to go down vertically. I don't know why. I just to me, it made sense. To track my workouts that way. I don't know. Maybe I should try it doing the calendar a different way, but this has been going on for a year now and it's worked out perfectly for me. So I don't know. Why fix what ain't broken, I guess. But yeah, this is the last spread. It's very simple. I'm just going to do a simple grid for the calendar. So I'm going to finish setting that up, play some music, and then we'll do a flip through and yeah. All right, and here is the final flip through of this setup for my March bullet journal. I love the way it turned out. I love the little pops of green, especially from that mild liner and the washi that I pulled in. Like I said, the Spreads aren't going to change, they never will, but the themes do, and I love using stickers. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.